Well, hi there. So in this video, we're going to do some practice related to the multiplier with spending multipliers and tax multipliers and figuring them out, getting these marginal propensities going on. Let's get started. Okay, so the first part says just fill out this multiplier table. The reason why is because these are really common. These are the common ones. So I'm just going to put them here, common ones. You might see other ones out there, but most of the time the multipliers that we're going to be dealing with are going to be nice whole numbers. Now, the first thing to remember is that your marginal propensity to consume and your marginal propensity to save must equal 1, right? Equals 1. So that means this one has to be 0.1, this one has to be 0.8, 0.25, 0.67. This is the column that we care about because 1 over the MPS is equal to the spending multiplier. So we're going to do 1 over 0.1. 1 over 0.1 is equal to 10. 1 over 0.2 is equal to 5. 1 over 0.25 is equal to 4. And 1 over 0.33 is equal to 3. Now we can do the taxes and transfers. It's 1 less, right? 1 less than this. So 9, 4, 3, 2. That's pretty easy. Let's do part B. Part B says the MPC for Clayton is blank. So we're given this data table. And in fact, we could choose any pair of rows. We could even do the first and the last row if we wanted to. To do the MPC, it's your change in consumption divided by your change in disposable income. So let's see. Our change in income was 100. And our change in consumption was 75. So 75 over 100 is 0.75. Pretty easy. Spending multiplier for Clayton is 1 over the MPS, which means that it is 4, because the MPS must be 0.25. So taxes and transfers multiplier is 1 less than that, so that's 3. And now we've got number 4. If there's a decrease in investment of $100, the total change in GDP is going to be what? So the 100 is spending, right? Spending. 100 times 4 gives us 400. Is that going to be less or more? It's going to be less, so it's a decrease of 400. If there's an increase in taxes of 100, we're going to use the taxes and transfers multiplier. We just used that, 3. So 3 times 100 is 300, and we're raising taxes, so that's going to lower GDP. If there's a simultaneous increase in spending and an equal increase in taxes, so in other words, more 100 government spending times, we'd say 4, and plus more taxes times 100 times 3. We're using the multipliers. The change is not 0. This is a very common mistake that a lot of students make. Well, that's going to cause GDP, this first part, to go up by 400. The second part go down by 300. The overall increase will be 100. And again, it's really a matter of understanding that these two multipliers do not cancel each other out. And so that's a very common type of question that you're likely to see. You actually don't even need the multipliers to do it because you could plug in any pair here and you would still end up with that same value. Let's take a look at part C. These are more general questions. If households save more of an increase in their incomes, the multiplier would be smaller because they are literally not passing on as much income to the next person. If the household spent more of an increase in their income, the multiplier would be larger in this case because you're going to have more of that income passed on. If every household saved all of an increase in their income, the multiplier would be 1. And if you must know why, right, change in, we would say the multiplier is 1 over MPS, right? And so the MPS there would be 1 because 100% is saved. So therefore, 1 over 1 equals 1. And so a lot of times students think it's going to be 0. The multiplied effect is 0 in the sense that, like, you're not multiplying the initial change of whatever that increase was, but we would still say that increase in income would lead to that multiplier of 1. If they spent all of an increase in their income, the multiplier would be infinite. I do sometimes have students who say, well, that's going to be an undefined answer. Yes, that is true. It is undefined, but this multiplied effect would be an infinite expansion. So hopefully this helped you with understanding some of the basics in terms of multipliers. I'll see you next time.